My name is Lucas Handwerker, and I've been helping clients for the last 13 years heal at their subconscious roots. And in that time, I've noticed some really surprising patterns about what helps us heal. And I've refined these into the 5 laws of subconscious healing. And I just wanted to share the first law with you. The first law is called the law of the roots and branches. And you can imagine your subconscious mind like a big tree. And you can imagine that any symptom that you're struggling with, things like anxiety or insomnia, even relational issues or behavioral issues, each one of these symptoms is another branch, another unhealthy branch on the tree. And what a lot of people do is they put a ladder up against the tree, they climb the ladder, and they cut those unhealthy branches off. They try to snip those symptoms. Then they climb back down the tree and down the ladder. And what most people notice when they do that is they look up and they find all those unhealthy branches have just grown right back. And oftentimes there's even some new branches that grew in their place or some extra ones that were added on. And so what do? They climb back up the ladder, they cut the branches again, they climb back down, and they notice that they've grown right back. And so a lot of people spend their whole life doing this, climbing up and down the ladder, maybe swapping out different ladders, swapping out different saws, but ultimately climbing up and down, cutting the branches, watching them grow back. And it's exhausting and it takes a lot of time. And some people get so exhausted that they just give up. They just decide, okay, well, this is just the way my tree is. I'm just going to sit in the shade of this tree and accept it. And that may sound familiar to you. You may have experienced something like that. So what we want to do in this work that's different and that's, I find, more helpful is we climb down from the ladder and we dig up the roots of the tree. And we want to look for unhealthy roots or tangles in the roots. And what our roots are is collections of memories, emotions, beliefs, needs, things like that. And we want to work at that root level. And when we make those root level repairs, what happens is all the branches tend to just take care of themselves. And so we don't have to climb up and down the ladder anymore. We can just sit in the shade of the tree. And usually there's one root level cause responsible for all of the branches. So in that way, we've taken 10, 12, 20 different symptoms and we've condensed it to one root level cause. And when most people hear root level cause, they think of the therapy root cause, right? Of some terrible event or something. But a root is often a deep, quiet, subtle feeling that is deep in the body, that is often felt all the time, sort of like a hum of a feeling. You're likely feeling it all the time. And so that's the place we want to get to and heal. And if we can make some real lasting changes.